We had an amazing day of elections yesterday. Another feckless Republican who voted to impeach Trump bites the dust. We had a game-changing election in Texas. Elon Musk reports that he voted Republican for the very first time, is predicting a massive red wave. And if you stick with me to the very end of this video, we're going to assess how big that red wave looks to be. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you, your Patriot Professor, helping to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe. But you know, if there's one question I get here every single day, it's this: how do I stay so optimistic? I mean, look around, Turley. It seems like woke leftist movements are tearing down everything we love. Why aren't I more pessimistic about the future of conservatism? Well, it is most certainly true. We are on the edge of another recession. Gas prices are sky high, and we have a president shaking hands with the air. Nevertheless, I am unwavering. Why do I so firmly believe a new conservative age is rising faster than ever? Well, you can find out by joining me on July 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern for a special online webinar. Well, I'll show you how patriots can win during tough times, and not only win, but flourish. Click on that link in the description below to sign up now with our early bird special. It's a limited time special for discounted tickets that will be available only for a few days. So don't wait. Click on that link below, and I'll see you on July 8th for a day you will not soon forget. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. So the headlines today are evoking two very, very different reactions. Okay, so if you're a Republican, a patriot, you're ecstatic. Well, you will be by the end of this video for sure. You are elated. You are exultant. I'm reaching for my thesaurus here. You could not be more enthused and pumped up over what happened yesterday. If, however, you are a Democrat, you're feeling a sense of dread, a panic. If you're a woke Democrat, you are clearly triggered. You were triggered over this morning's headlines and are even now preparing to film a TikTok video where you will make an outright fool of yourself. But if you are a Democrat, I want you to know I'm here to help. I'm here to help you through this. I'm here to help you cope with reality. That's what I do. I help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times, okay? And in so doing, perhaps you might find things, shall we say, a bit more comfortable on the patriot side of things. Certainly Elon Musk is experiencing that. So let's talk about the many wonderful things that happened in yesterday's primary elections and one very special congressional election that took place across the fruited plain. Let's start with what happened in that game-changing special election in southern Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. Now, again, if you're a regular to this channel, and if not, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. But if you're a regular, you remember a video I did a couple of weeks back on how the Democrats are losing the Latino vote. And one of the key races that demonstrated that was for a special election for a vacated congressional seat that was thought to be totally safe blue seat. It was considered a guaranteed Democrat keep because it's a seat in a heavily Latino district that's never, ever voted Republican, right? The last Democrat to hold that seat won his election by 14 points. So as we say, no problemo, right? Well, lo and behold, who shows up but a young, charismatic conservative candidate by the name of Mayra Flores. And I reported then a couple of weeks back that a number of pundits were realizing that she was well positioned to do what was unthinkable: flip this solid Democrat safe seat to Republican. Gang, I am ecstatic to report that as of yesterday, Mayra Flores won. And here's her tweet: "This historic win will bring back God to the halls of Congress. This win is for the people who were ignored for so long. This is a message that the establishment will no longer be tolerated. We have officially started the red wave. God, family, country, faith, family, freedom." Elon Musk took part in the celebration, tweeting out, "I voted for Mayra Flores. First time I ever voted Republican. Massive red wave in 2022. I mean, Musk has gotten so red-pilled. It is so cool to watch. President Trump couldn't contain his excitement, saying, quote, Myra Flores is the big winner in the Texas special election. No Republican has ever won this district. We are all really proud of Myra. Great things to come. And he's absolutely right on that. Again, as we've reported, Myra's victory yesterday is part of a pattern that we've been seeing over the last year and a half, especially around the Rio Grande Valley area. So this time last year, so in June of 2021, I reported on several mayoral races in Texas in their highly blue Democrat districts. And to the shock of politicians and pundits alike, the GOP swept every single one of those races. But perhaps the most shocking win of them all was in McAllen, Texas. 85% Latino. No Republican has won since 1997. But this time last year, the GOP candidate Javier Villalobos beat his Democratic challenger in a region that had voted for Biden by 20 points. It's an absolute shock election. So what we're seeing here with Myra and her astonishing victory and winning in a Latino district that had never before voted Republican is actually part of a trend. And it's a wonderful trend where conservative Latinos dedicated to faith, family, and freedom are abandoning the Democratic Party in droves, and they are voting MAGA Republican. Again, it's a game changer. If the Democrats have lost independents, keep in mind, which they have, if they've lost both independents and the Latino vote, it's over. They will be a permanent minority party. So that's the first big news from yesterday. But it gets even better. You ready for some more winning here? In South Carolina, the ultra-rhino impeachment supporting Nancy Pelosi worshiping neocon Representative Tom Rice has lost. Stick a fork in him. He is done. He was crushed in the primary by his Trump-endorsed opponent, Russell Fry. Trump, too, of course, weighed in on that glorious defeat of this feckless, worthless Republican, saying, quote, the biggest news of the evening so far is that Russell Fry beat impeach master Tom Rice with a vote of more than 51%, therefore winning outright with no need for a runoff. Rice only got 24%. Congratulations to Russell on running a great campaign. So Tom Rice got trumped, and there is, as of this morning, now officially one less rhino that we're going to have to deal with. The Columbia Bugle tweeted out, very thoughtful of at Representative Tom Rice to avoid a runoff and lose on President Trump's birthday. Well put there. In other news, it's just been announced that Trump-endorsed Adam Laxalt won the Republican primary for Senate in Nevada as well. Actually, a number of Trump-endorsed candidates won in Nevada yesterday for governor, representative, and the like, and in South Carolina as well. Lots of other Trump endorsees won. So yesterday continues to rack up wins for the good guys, which of course then raises the big question that Musk raised. How big is this red wave going to be in November? I mean, it's no longer a question of whether there's going to be a red wave. The question now is, how big is it going to be? Now, there's a lot of speculation out there, and I want to cut through all of that for you, okay, in terms of the predictions. I want to show you the two most accurate indicators for midterm elections. In many respects, just throw away everything else, okay? Registration numbers are an indicator for sure. Early voting is an indicator. Enthusiasm gaps, sure, no problem. But I want to give you the two most reliable indicators for how a midterm election is going to play out. But first, hey gang, if you like my the Great MAGA King t-shirt, you can get yours by clicking on the link below and checking out our merch store. It's a great way to both support this channel and spread patriot hope far and wide. These designs are punchy and fun, but they're not going to be around for long. So make sure to grab one for yourself and for the patriots in your life. Click on that link below or go to store.turleytalks.com. That is store.turleytalks.com. All right, so the two most reliable indicators for how a midterm election is going to play out are presidential approval ratings and right track, wrong track polls. Okay, that's according to poll analyst Richard Barris of the People's Pundit, who I love. I think he's the best. Okay, he called the Glenn Youngkin Virginia race back in November with pinpoint accuracy. Barris argues that these two polls, the presidential approval ratings and right track, wrong track, historically are the two most accurate predictive indicators, especially for midterm elections. So, for example, as Gallup polling has tracked for decades, and we've talked often about, when a president is underwater, so when a president is under 50% approval, we can expect to see a loss of an average of 37 seats in the House for the president's party. Okay, and we see it played out in our 1994, Bill Clinton's job approval rating just before the midterms, around 46%, right? In the Gallup poll, his party went on to lose 53 seats in the House. In 2010, Barack Obama's job approval rating, 45%. Democrats go on to lose 63 seats. Even President Trump in 2018, he was polling in the low 40s. Republicans went on to lose 41 seats. So that's the pattern here. And so what we want to do is we want to focus on presidential approval ratings and right track, wrong track polls. So where are we with those two indicators? Right now, according to the latest Civics poll, Biden has sunk to an abysmal 33% approval. According to Rasmussen, at this time in his presidency, Trump was at 49% approval, Biden 38%, with a 61% disapproval. And in terms of right track, wrong track polling, according to the latest Morning Consult poll, 74% of the population, I'll say that again, 74% believe the country is on the wrong track. So if these numbers are indicative of what's going to happen in November, I mean, let's be honest, I don't even think we can predict the electoral carnage the Democrats are going to suffer. And that's why we're seeing more and more pundits come out and basically saying, guys, this is bad. I mean, this is really bad. These poll numbers centered on presidential approval ratings and right track, wrong track are so dismal. They're so dire that we can't even predict at this point how bad it's going to be. But the one thing we do know, it is going to be bad for the Democrats. It's going to be really bad. So obviously we'll be keeping our eyes on how things develop here, but there is no question, as Elon Musk said, it does certainly look more and more like a massive red wave is indeed on the horizon. Now, before we go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on Russell Brand getting red-pilled. It just keeps getting better and better. Our numbers are growing by the day. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on that link, and I will see you over there. God bless.